Child, did y'all hear about somebody running up on Melo-Melo, honey? It ain't funny. It ain't funny. I was on Ebony's channel, Ebony the Best Honey, and she played Mel's live when she said some strange man rolled up on her and her daughter at the gas station. Child, allegedly it was a gas station. I like, cause I don't think Mel ever said the store that she was at. She said it was a store that she always frequent, and all of the rest of this shit. Did y'all hear that? You say you did. Did y'all hear that? One person did. Yeah, it's a. I'm reading it the way Ebony wrote it. Y'all know Ebony is girl. Ebony is a mess. So Ebony say Melody and three daughters confronted by someone undiagnosed son. Mariah called police. Mel called Jason. Oh, Jason's still around. Child. Listen, that's the real story right there, Ebony. Jason's still around. She called her knight and shining. You know what, Melo-Melo? At this point, you may as well just come on out with him. Listen, Melo-Melo, here's the real gag. I'll be here for it because people say the wife divorcing him anyway. Word round the salon seats. So, I mean, hey, that's your knight in shining armor. He been protecting you or whatever. He was the first person that you called. You ain't even called 911. You called Jason. I mean, hey, I love is love, Melo-Melo shit. Embrace it. Who ran up on Melo-Melo? I don't know. I'm just saying what I didn't let y'all. Y'all want to hear what Ebony do got the laugh. Do y'all want to hear the laugh? I don't know. But Ebony got the laugh. Do y'all want to hear the laugh? I don't know who rolled up on. Only thing I know was she got rolled up on, and she said Mariah called out, well, what? And Melo-Melo said, for why? I'm calling Jason, and that's what she did. It ain't funny. It ain't funny. I swear to God, it is not funny. It's not funny. I'm just laughing at the way I'm saying it. Y'all know how I am. But it is not funny by any means. Y'all want to hear? All right, hold on. Hold up, y'all. My bad. That's what Ebony said. I don't know. Hold on. Let me go to. Well, she didn't say it. Melo-Melo said it on her live. Let me not lie. I ain't telling no lies. Ebony didn't say it. Melo-Melo said it on her live. Child. Now she said, don't go calling no 911, girl. I got a motherfucker to call. Sit back. Don't be grown. You let mama handle this one. Now y'all know I'm gonna speed her up some because y'all know Melo-Melo will get up here and run her mouth. So yeah, we ain't got no time for none of that. So all right, I'm gonna skip right to it so we ain't gotta hear what you call it. Okay. Hold on. Uh, all right. Come on, play.
Uh-huh. Okay, so let me tell you. So me and my kids were having a great day. I told the girls, I was like, on Saturday, we're gonna go. She is so tall now. She is tall. I said she's gonna be like me and Mariah. And Tank is tall too. But anyway, we're gonna go Saturday, get y'all some nails and toes done, and then we're gonna go, and we're gonna go and get your nails and toes done, get your school supplies, go get you some school clothes, and tomorrow will be hair day. We'll get hair together tomorrow. Got somebody coming over. Tank always gets his hair here.
Because I want to make sure y'all can hear it good. So hold on for a second. Because when Ebony, it's not funny. When Ebony put this out, girl, I was too through.
Here, the girls always get their hair braided here.
Can y'all hear it?
So that's what we're doing, right? That's what I'm doing. So it's going great. We go to the nail salon, that is smooth. We go get school supplies, that is smooth. They wanted something from Sonic, because they love Peace Love Slushies. So that is smooth. And then after that, we went to Dillard's. That was smooth. We went and got all our clothes. One of the guys who works there, he's also a teacher, so he knows me because I go there all the time. Know that all the time. So we went. He's like, Mel, you ready? I'm like, yeah. So I give him a stuff. He go ahead and start tagging it while I finish. Grabbing Tank a few. I was like, I'm gonna grab Tank a couple outfits, and and start tagging. Cool. Do all that. It's great. We check out. We go to the car. Cool. On our way home. We're like, okay, let's stop and get a snack. Okay, let's stop and get a snack. So we stopped by a store that I frequent regularly. Okay, I'm not gonna say the name of the store, but a store that I frequent regularly for gas, for snacks. Plus, they have these wings in there that I kind of like. I knew my mom was making spaghetti and salad for dinner. Okay, but I really like these wings there, and I kind of wanted these wings too. So I'm like, okay, we're gonna stop by the store and these items. Okay, so anywho, we pull up. Been having a great day. This is nude. I have on a mix of my cedar and toasted lip liner and nude, my nude lipstick, and I have a
Melo-Melo girl, we don't care. Get to the point.
We go in because I just did it because so that's not exactly what I just did. Okay, so we pull up, park, get out. Now again, because I frequent this store regularly, I know that sometimes there are people, out in the front who are homeless or whatever the case may be. Never had an issue. You know what I'm saying? You just go in, you walk by, wave, keep moving, no big deal. You keep moving. So today, though, there were two gentlemen standing. It's like when you walk in, the doors slide open, right? So they're standing, but they're standing kind of close to the point where if I had just walked straight in between them, I likely would have bumped one of them. And plus, I've got three girls with me. Tank didn't want to go because we was going to get nails and toes. She was like, no, I don't want to go. I'm going to stay with grandma. Cool, not a problem. So it's just me and the three girls. So we walk in. And we're trying to walk in. So I'm up first, the girls behind me. So whenever I walk up and I see that, they didn't just move like, or nothing. So I say, excuse me, like you would normally do, not move out the way. Can you move over? Why are you standing right here? I just said, excuse me. And neither one of them moved, but one dude kind of looked at me like, and so then I turned and walked on in. My Punkins walked on in. But when I walked on in, I just felt. It was the look he gave me after I said, excuse me, and he chose not to move. I was like, I don't know what something ain't been. So I get on my phone and I call up security. I said, hey, where you at? And he tells me, I'm like, okay, so I'm out here at this gas station right here. And I told him the name, and I was like, I just, walked in, and I was like, this guy, was like trying to be rude and like didn't want to move and looking at me or whatever. So I'm telling him what's going on. He like, where you at? And I'm like, I'm at such and such. And then he was like, all right. So I could hear he started moving. Right? So then I'm still, my kids still picking out they little snacks that they want. I'm picking up my drink, and I went and got my little wings. I'm going to get my little drink because I like to get my little Fanta orange with my wings. I'm walking over here getting my little wings, got my little drink. So while I'm at the drink thing, the guy, one of the two that didn't want to move and the one that looked at me, walks in, y'all. He walks in, yes, ma'am. He walked in and walked kind of close by there where I'm at with the drinks, and he was like, was you just trying to be disrespectful to me? I said, excuse me? I said, kids, y'all grab y'all stuff and come on. And I'm still on the phone with Jason. So still on the phone telling Jason, whatever. And then he kind of like walks away, and I'm telling the kids, y'all grab y'all stuff. So now, how the station is set up, you like sit your stuff on the little thing, and, it rings it up like, And so, anywho, we proceed to get our stuff. So then again,
thank you for the cash.
I'm seeing our stuff on the thing. I'm just about to do a little boyfriend, but he built there when you got that girl. Girl, get the second. Mama, you didn't get the second. But you said we don't go to the roller skate, and you lied. Sure did. Girl, we about to go roller skate. Look, you alive. I'm almost done with my story time. Sugar mama, girl, if you don't get up, I just like go. Hey, listen, go outside right now. 5, 4, 3, 2. What?
Melo-Melo, you were supposed to get up and snatch that little girl up by the roots, not roots of her damn hair, and said, little girl, if you don't get your ass up out of here, you know better than that. Like how Beyonce did. See, Beyonce ain't mad snatching up with her. Beyonce ain't mad snatching up one of them little gals from the roots that they had one damn time. I know you lying, Melo-Melo. Sugar mama, I know you lying. Sugar mama, you know not to do that. All right, me, I know how your mama raised you. You don't do that, sugar mama. Get out of here. Child. You say her mouth too slick? I know that's my fault. Ever since me and her mama been hanging. See, she said I was a bad influence. That's why she don't allow her daughters to be around no more when I come around there to the house. Because, my mouth, y'all know. Y'all know how my mouth is. I don't blame her. I say, yeah, little churn don't need to be around here. Because Lord only knows what I'm saying. So, my bad.
You're not going skating. Go out there. Go out there with Mr. Daniel. Yes, he is.
I got a question. Why didn't none of y'all say nothing about little sugar mama? Because let's be honest and let's just be fair. If this was the harlot and Lil Miles Morales and shit like that went on down in her lab, all of y'all would have clicked y'all buttons and talked about this and talked about that, and it ain't no home training, and she don't do this, that thing, and the other, and he just start wild and free, and they just allowed to do all this, that thing, and the other, and he don't listen to nothing that they got going on around there. And one, I'm being messy, very, and I don't give a fuck. But two, that is a valid question though. Like, I wonder why ain't nobody.
Get down. Oh, see back in. Stay right there. Tape up. y'all. Oh my God, I can't. So listen, I don't even know if I can get back to my darn story time real fast.
You better.
Okay. Woo. I be telling y'all to come get it. Did she say you stressing her out? Yes, that's what she said.
No, girl, ain't nobody tell you to let for churn fall out your ass. Like, girl, we is not fit to be running around behind Sugar Mammy. No way, no how. Half of us want to run behind our own damn churn. The hell make you think we want to run behind yours too?
Sugar got escorted, and I will escort out in a minute. She's escorted out, okay? She is escorted out, okay? That's the baby. The last one right there. That one right there. Oh, goodness. So anyway, somebody said you were at the counter. Thank you. So I was at the counter. Right. So I'm pretty sure at this point, you know, the young man knows that I'm on the phone clearly, and that I called up somebody, and I guess he assumed, you know, that I'm probably calling up my man. No,
he ain't assumed shit. Okay, he ain't assumed. Melo. Fine, Melo-Melo. I'm gonna play the same game you playing. Okay, I'm gonna play the same game you playing, Melo-Melo. When it comes to Jason, fine, because we friends and everything. I ain't even gonna do you like that, Melo-Melo. I ain't gonna bust you out. We cool. All right, we sisters. I ain't finna do you like that, girl. Whatever.
No, sweetie, I'm calling up security. My security. And you know what? And today was anyway. We'll get to that.
Thank you for your cash app, boo.
Today was a nice reminder, okay? This is why I have security. Because y'all, people are off the chain, okay? People are off the chain. They off the chain. So I'm on the phone. We trying to check out. Do y'all know this young man walks back again? He walks back in again while we're literally checking out, okay? And so now we're literally checking out. And he walks back in again, asking the same thing, which is, yo, like, was you trying to disrespect me? I said, by saying it's not disrespect. What'd you say, Mariah? Saying excuse me is not being disrespectful. You said what? Saying excuse me is not being disrespectful. He started like he should have done. Yeah, I know. We know, Mariah. Saying excuse me is not being disrespectful. Correct. So
Mariah, mind your business and go and tend to your sister, like Melo-Melo said. Why is you coming up in here bothering her? You already know she long-winded. She'll be up here for 2 hours telling this damn story. Carry your ass, little girl. Go to your sister. Tend to your sister. See, Melo-Melo, I told you, that's how you talk to them, child. You want to be nice all the time. Me and you had this discussion before, too. You're going to learn to listen to me one day.
So then I'm like, okay. He walks in again, and then he's like, yo, you trying to disrespect me? And I said, mind you, I'm over here. He's over here by the door, like over here by the door. And I'm like, disrespect you? How? By saying, excuse me? I said, what are you talking about? Because at this time, I'm just like, what are you doing? So I'm like, kids, let's go. Come on, let's go. And then by this time, I'm like, no, you know what? Let's finish. Mariah, and I'm calling for Mariah, like, where you at? Because we finna just check out and get the heck up out of here. But we finna get this stuff, and we just finna go. So then I asked he tells the cashier from way over there, he yelling over here to the cashier, telling me, move out the way, move out the way. So I'm thinking, oh, so you finna really, you really want to go to war over something that didn't even happen. Okay. So at this point, I'm almost done ringing, sending everything up there, but my wings won't ring up. So his little partner comes over, and he was like, he picks up my wings, and I was like, what are you doing with my wings? And he was like, oh, no, you got to scan it right here. And I was like, okay. I said, well, I appreciate it. I said, thank you so much. That's what's appreciated. And so then the other guy now says, hey, we straight? We good? Like, we straight? I said, I don't know if we straight or not, because you started over me saying, excuse yelling for Mariah. Y'all, let me tell y'all what Mariah was. Mariah was over hiding somewhere behind the children and called 911. I didn't know she had called the police. I didn't know she was hiding behind the children. All I knew was every time I called for Mariah, she didn't answer. Like, she didn't even answer. She didn't say, here I am, over here, mama. She didn't say nothing. Now, what I learned later was that she was on the phone with 911, that she had texted Jason and said, can you come to the store? Now, this is why I'm kind of glad this happened today, because it allowed for some revelation. Number one, girl, if you're going to take security, you need to tell them what store we at. Yeah, girl, but still, yes, girl. But you say, can you come to the store? You have to say what store. You got to be specific, okay? So Mariah was over there hiding. I didn't know she called 911, but then when we get in the truck, I see her phone on speaker. She's got it, and it say 911, and she's telling the lady, like, yeah, my mom, this, Mariah does not play. She don't. So I said, so watch this. I said, hello. I said, hey, ma'am. I was like, we're already done. We've checked out. I said, we're out of here. I was like, I don't know. It was two gentlemen, that was trying to start a little issue, but I've already checked out. I said, and you guys, I said, she was like, are there any weapons involved? I said, I don't know if there's no weapons involved. I said, but we're in the car now. And I said, and you don't have to send any officers. I said, because a retired officer is on his way. Man, 3 police pulled up. 3 of them, they pulled up. And I was like, well, there we go. So Mariah lets her window down, to tell the officer, yeah, hey, I'm the one who called. The guy is right there, right there. He's standing there. I called. He just said this to my mom and acted like he wanted to do something to my mom. And I'm like, oh my God. So then Sugar Mama, boss baby, there's Mr. JM. And I'm like, where is Jason? Oh, man. So pull over. Jason, get out. I'm like, hey, so Mariah had called 911 police, that's why they're here. I didn't even know she called. She was hiding child and called police. All right, there. So I'm filling Jason in on what happened. And I was like, but you know what? I said, the fact that this happened today, I said, I'm okay with it because it was a reminder. I said, because his first thing was, where your stuff at? I said, thanks. Why didn't I have it with me today? You're absolutely right. Like, what if I needed to use my stuff today? Where is it at? Why is it not with me? There. So not only that, but that fact that, I pulled out today without taking it in with me everywhere I went. My bad on that. Number 2, I think that because Mariah was like, Mom, but I was so nervous. I was shaking. I could barely even tell the lady what was happening. So I was like, you know what? It also showed my children the difference, because I asked them, I said, okay, let me ask y'all something. I said, if Jason hadn't been here with us, would y'all have still been scared? No. I'm like, yeah. I said, and that is why we have security. I said, because there's no time when I want us to be anywhere where y'all don't feel like if something go down that we're okay. They could have tried to abduct the girl's fat. It's funny you said that, because let me tell you what they said. Boss Baby and Sugar Mama brought up, we didn't know, like, if they was trying to distract you, like one of them could have distracted you, so the other one maybe could have grabbed us, and they went there. They went there and said it out loud. They was like, one of them could have been distracting you, so the other one could have grabbed us, Mom. So that's why, we were standing right next to you. Boss and Melania was next to me, baby. Mariah was off hiding somewhere. We didn't know where. Every time I called for Mariah, we couldn't see her. Boss and Sugar was right by me. And so it was a whole thing for all of us today, y'all. I'm going to keep it a buck. It was a whole thing for nothing. I still don't even understand why. But maybe it was because, like, just to remember that people are off the chain and people are crazy, And so by that time, it was 3 officers out there, and then still got our snacks. Girl, yes, y'all still got your snacks. So then because everybody had gotten their snacks because Mariah was hiding, so she didn't get her snacks. So we did go back in the store and they got their stuff, because Jason was like, oh, y'all didn't get y'all stuff, let's go. So we went in there and they got their stuff, but Mariah did, and I think the other girls got some extra stuff just because. And so then anyway, the police over there talking to the guy, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, they're not about to do nothing. Like, they're gonna write a report, and that's just what it is, whatever. Okay. And so anyway, Jason walked over there, and I know these officers. Turned out he had trained one of the officers that was there. So when he saw me, he was like, hey, what's up? Hey, how you doing? I saw the officer smiling and shaking Jason's hand. I told the girls, I said, there's probably people who know him from when he was a police anyway. And so then he was like, yeah, I hate y'all here. Y'all, I wish y'all wasn't even here. Y'all could have just been coming just to do a cleanup. That's it, just a cleanup. And so then the guy was like, Jason said, the guy was like, well, what that's supposed to mean? Like, who is he? What does that mean? Who is he? So anyway, after that, the guy walked to wherever he walked from, I guess, and we went in there and they got their snacks. But when I tell y'all, it was they did respond well. They did. It was a whole thing. We had conversation afterwards, and then I said, you know what? I'm going to take them out, and we're going to go have some fun, because after that experience, we all could use a little bit of a lighter evening. Girl, go to the car. Get off my life. We all need
All right, so I guess that's the gist of it, child. Cause y'all know Ebony, child. She'll record the whole damn thing. That's pretty much the gist of what happened. Girl, I heard that. Listen, Melo-Melo, first and foremost, I'm really glad that you and the girls are fine. I'm glad that ain't no BS happened. And all that good stuff. Shout out to the girls for being Mariah's, for being quick on her feet and all that good stuff. I'm pretty sure that was a horrible experience for all of them. I would love to know what Leisure Suit thinks. Does Leisure Suit even know? Uh, um, yeah, I would love to know what Leisure Suit think. And does Leisure Suit even know? The fuck nigga probably don't. Knowing Melo-Melo, she ain't told him because Melo-Melo, this the real gag of this whole thing, Melo-Melo. Now that we know you fine. The real gag of this whole thing, Melo-Melo. Listen, like I say, if you want Jason and if you with Jason, just say your man came and saved the day. Your man ain't too far from you. Just say that, Melo-Melo. Okay, just say that. Just say your man ain't too far from you and you knew exactly who to call. Because you didn't even think to call 911. Any other person would have thought to call 911 even before they realized, oh, wait, I got security. But you ain't got security. You got Jason. You got Jason. And Jason dropped whatever the fuck he had going on and hightailed it to the rescue. See, that's why allegedly that wife leaving his ass now. Allegedly. That's why that wife leaving his ass now. Listen, Melo-Melo, I was listening to what you won't say. Because now that I know that you was cool and you won't dealing with nothing but a drunk ass hobo, I was listening to what you won't saying.